following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, DeMontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
We have emerged from snow, the inclement weather, the ice, to make it here for the Players Lounge. Anthony Dorsett, former NFL player. Barry Church, former NFL player. I'm Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge is brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Lots of stuff going on here as we start to move closer and closer towards Super Bowl 68 rematch from Super Bowl 49. New England Patriots and the Seattle
Run
Seahawks.
the ball.
And a
1
whole,
yard line.
Hey, man.
You got to hand that
About
off.
that action,
Beast
boss.
mode. About that action.
I was there that day. I was there. And so they had us at the bowels of the stadium in Glendale. And so the media are all standing here in a bullpen. And there's a delay on TV. So it's a massive delay on TV. And half the people are like, no! Half the people are like, yeah! The people at radios had it before the people on TV. The Russell threw the interception.
You hate to see that.
Because at that point in time, as we're walking down there, because before they let you on the field, they tell everybody in the media, you got to go downstairs and just stand in this area. We'll let you know you can go on the field. So you are listening and hearing the crowd roar, but you don't know anything until massive delays later. And so when he caught the ball, we're like, oh, man, they didn't caught the ball. They're about to win this thing. And then Marshawn doesn't get any. Oh, man, they about to win this thing. And then, and then you're like, yeah, and blow. And it's like, he threw the ball?
You on the 1 inch line. Who? Like, that's my thing. I always wanted to know, like, where the blame pie goes in that
Didn't
situation.
they say it has something to do with analytics?
Like, why would you throw that?
Pete Carroll said he trusted Darrell Bevel, and they thought they had the right play. Now, Lynch and company say they wanted Russell to be the MVP. And if you really go back and look at this whole thing, Russell Okung has always escaped the blame. When Marshawn Lynch was stopped at the 1, it was because he missed a block. If he makes the block, he runs in. Instead of going back to the play, they got cute.
Yeah, they all thought.
And Malcolm Butler made the interception. And I've always said this. Bill Belichick's a great coach. But has any dude ever won more based on what the other team couldn't do?
Yeah, that's
true. The Bills could not make a field goal in Super Bowl 25. The great game plan by Bills Giants, but make the field goal, game's over.
It's a wrap.
That game is over.
Rams.
The Rams, Jared Goff can't throw a simple bomb, right? You can't throw a pass wide open. He doesn't get it done.
That's true.
Atlanta.
28-3. Run the ball, Shanahan.
Right, 28-3. Then you think about the Seattle game. Hey, what did you do? Nothing. You just played defense. And so, like I said, nothing against Bill, but we've seen more dudes have lost these things than they've won them.
100%.
And Bill's been the recipient of people doing dumb stuff.
I mean, you even go back to the AFC Championship game. Kansas City should have beat New England. I think it was their first goal. And D Ford jumps off sides.
Yes.
The game's over. Fourth down, they done broke up the pass again. D Ford jumps off sides, extends the drive. You know, the rest is history. It's like, man.
Go back to the Ravens game when Lee drops the ball.
Oh, right.
Man.
Drops the ball.
Touchdown right here. Bread basket.
You know, once again, Bill Belichick, great career. 8 Super Bowls as an assistant head coach. But, man, a lot of these things, man, have the doggone 49ers. The 49ers are going for in the NFC Championship game, going for 3 straight. Roger Craig fumbles the ball. They fumble the ball. They hold on. Matt Barr kicks the field goal, and they end up, going. It's just wild how things happen. And they said they ended up winning Super Bowl 25. But by the way,
Billy.
Bill Belichick is not going to Hall of Fame,
which is
yes.
wild.
DeMontre Moore is joining us right now.
Billy,
it's not crazy, guys.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on, man. I knew you was going to come in here on that bull jive, man. I knew you was going to come in here on that, man. I knew it, man.
How is it not crazy? Like, he's number one in every category. Like, you're gonna sit here and say Spygate and all this stuff, but like,
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay,
let me hear what you got to say, brother.
Because
I got to hear this.
The guy from Kansas City wrote a really good column talking about his vote, and within it, and here's the most unfair thing that the Hall has done to the voters.
Is that the guy that voted for all the
players? He voted for the players,
not the modern era players, but
the senior players.
Okay,
right. So basically, you're having Belichick, a coach, and Kraft, a contributor, go up against players, and in this senior committee, and I've through the years, man, gone through this thing with these seniors. Once you get into the seniors committee, you are in the abyss. And once you come off that thing, you're never getting in. So a lot of times what you're doing with these seniors is, hey, man, this is your last chance to try to get into the Hall. And if you don't get in, you're going to be lost. Everson Walls is now in the seniors committee. If he don't get in through the seniors, he never getting in. So when you have these votes come up, you had the writer in Kansas City say, you know what, I believe this should be about the players. The players make the NFL. You come to watch the players, they built the league. And so he voted for 3 players who were 3 seniors. And if you start to look at these seniors committee, there's a backlog of dudes.
Yeah.
And they're only putting in a couple. You used to be just getting 1 or 2, but there's a backload of dudes. Drew Pearson was on the seniors committee. Yeah. I mean, you talk about a guy who was first team all decade 1970s, Roger Staubach's number 1 receiver, won a Super Bowl. He didn't get in. And when they had earlier in the year, when they had that whole cleanup where they were putting in 10 people, Harold Carmichael got his spot. They're going to put a Harold Carmichael, who was second team all 1970, who didn't win a Super Bowl because Bill Polian and Belichick allegedly said that Harold Carmichael changed the game and was a more effective player and had more impact than Drew Pearson did.
That name, Bill Polian.
Yeah, it's coming
around. What you got to say about it?
So before we get to Bill, I go back to what the writer said. I'm putting in players. So he voted for L.C. Greenwood. He voted for Roger Craig. He voted for Ken Anderson. 3 players. Okay. And L.C. Greenwood, a part of 4 Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man with the gold shoes.
L.C. Greenwood, go check out Super Bowl 9 and what he did. L.C. Greenwood was a hell of a football player. And if you go put Donnie Shell in, you go put Donnie Shell as safety. Okay, you want to tell me who's been more – ask Tony Dungy. Who's more impactful for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Win them 4 Super Bowls, Donnie Shell or L.C. Greenwood? Man. You go put Donnie Shell in and you go tell L.C. Greenwood, maybe sit there and watch? And when the whole thing was built on on that steel curtain for them 4D linemen?
Man, I don't know. So we talking about Super Bowl 9?
9, 10, 13,
why did he get in?
14?
You know, years ago. Like,
exactly, bro.
Like, he was that dominant. Why didn't he get in back
This is such a great discussion you're having because I've had that with other people. Dudes get lost sometimes. And when you play with so many great players at times, it can happen, man. You already look at how, and some people will tell you, how many dudes are you going to put in off that defense?
You got to think about it. How many guys have played football since the start of football? And it's only 300 and something dudes in the Hall of Fame.
1920.
Okay, it's been hundreds of thousands of men to play this game, and it's only 300 and something dudes in the Hall of Fame. Now, regardless of what you're saying, I think that there needs to be some change with it, though, too, as well. Okay, so, like, you know, you're talking about the guys who get voted in after, what are they called? The legacy guys or whatever, seniors, whatever.
After the modern era.
Right.
So you go through that process, and then once you don't get a certain number, you fall off, and then they throw you into the seniors committee, which is basically the abyss. Okay,
and so that happens. Now, players, we got to wait 5 years to get in. Mm-hmm. All right, we was talking about this a little bit ago. Whether it's contributors or owners, they only have to, or coaches, they have to wait 1 year or no year.
They basically changed the rule.
Right. So contributors, now y'all probably know this too because Jerry's in there, but contributors can go in while they're actually still doing what they're doing. So if we're talking about voting people in, and like you said, that guy I'm voting for the players. My thing is this: why do we have to wait 5 years after you actually retire? If a contributor can get in while he's actually still performing, why can't the players get those flowers too at the same time?
Because these are the rules.
Right.
That the Pro Football Hall of Fame put up there. And once again, you start talking to people like Mike Sando and Shereen Williams, voters, and they'll tell you, they need to change some of these rules. But what you're forced to do is they tell you, these are the rules, vote by the rules. Mm-hmm. And so the writer in Kansas City, I just didn't have an issue when he said, I decided to go with the players, and because and here comes the thing: every year there's going to be more seniors people coming in. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not just one or two; it's a flood of dudes. At what point in time do you try to clean this up to get players who are deserved? I mean, L.C. Green played in the '70s, and this dude's still waiting. Mm-hmm. And Dorsett, you've been there before, man. There's the saddest thing you'll ever see at these things is when dudes cannot understand where they are and they're standing up here on the podium and their families are wheeling them around because nobody gave them their flowers at the proper time. It is a disservice to these guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Now I do see that.
I mean, so at some point in time, man, and L.C. Greenwood, I mean, Jimmy Johnson, 81, how old is, and Jerry, 82, how old is L.C. Greenwood?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was playing in football in the 17 to 20. I mean, so are you even coherent enough? Plus, you played a D-line to understand what's
every play.
Because I've seen it before, man. It is sad, and it also angers you. Oh, you don't put Ken Stabler in after he dies. Really?
And then you got their family walking across the stage or somebody holding the jersey.
Right. They don't get the full moment. So when a guy says, I'm voting for players, and we're talking about guys who played in the 70s and the 80s, I don't have an issue with that. The process needs to change so you can get a Bill Belichick in here and a Mike Shanahan and a Bob Kraft. They've got to do that. But if this game is built on the players and we're watching football because of the players,
right?
I'm not going to sit around here and beat up a guy who says, you know what, I think Bill Belichick's worthy. But, boy, Roger Craig and what he did with the San Francisco 49ers, being a part of the team in the 80s, yeah, I think that's significant.
And I get it. I get it with the players' perspective, like getting those guys. I get it. And if we were talking about a coach that's on the cusp, if we were talking about who's a coach that might be on like Shanahan's, or like if Mike Tomlin was up, or somebody that's like, I don't know. We talking about arguably the greatest football coach in the National Football League history.
One of one.
Yes, he had that scandal for those years. He won 3 Super Bowls before that and 3 Super Bowls after that. Like the man, like I can see making some changes for the guys that are on the cusp, but Bill Belichick, I mean, like you always say, you can't write the story of the National Football League without Bill Belichick's name being in it. He got about 6 chapters, all right, when you talk about the National Football League and Bill Belichick. So leaving him out, it's on the same kind of disrespectful tone as they did with T.O., in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Because T.O.'s numbers, if we talk about pure production alone, should have been the first ballot Hall of Fame. They made him wait because of the off-the-field issues. And I believe that's the same thing that's happening with Bill right now. And, I if it's supposed to be just strictly what happens on the football field is what gets you in the Hall of Fame, I believe a disjustice has been Bill.
It's a disjustice, but let's play devil's advocate. Like, I'm more on the side with Nui when it comes to this. Like, yes, Bill should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no questions asked, but it takes somebody to stand up to give that person that right. There's always a scapegoat. There's always big moments like this that's going to bring the light to everything like Nui is talking about with these season committees and these older players, to where, like you said, it's only 300 players in the Hall of Fame that have played this game. And think about how many guys that we know that are so impactful, from special team players all the way up from the top to the bottoms. Like, there's so many people that don't get their flowers. And it's going to take a moment like this. Like, and I'm pretty sure, don't get me wrong, pridefully, is Bill probably upset? Yeah, but in his heart of hearts of being, like, taking care of his players and stuff like that, if he says, hey, I don't have to go in for 1 year, but them to change a rule, tuck rule, all these other rules, shoot, let's go ahead and do it. Let me keep being the innovator and change the Hall of Fame rule and go ahead and do this right here. But it's because of the other guy that did the vote and led it. So I think we got to hear out both sides of it. Like, yes.
Bill Walsh didn't get in initially. Yeah. Bill Walsh. This is a man who, team of the 80s, was not just the head coach of the 49ers, he was a general manager as well. You start looking at the tree of great coaches that have come off from Bill Walsh. You talk about Andy Reid, Mike Shanahan, Ray Rhodes, former coach of the year, Denny Green. I mean, there's a whole list of dudes that Bill Walsh had, the tree of success and Super Bowl winners. He had to wait. So I am not saying Bill Belichick's not worthy, but when I looked at what that gentleman was saying and talking to some other voters too, so I've talked to some other people, I can see what they're saying. They've got to change the process where they're separate. You should be able to say, we're voting for the players over here, these contributors and coaches, let's do it over there.
I agree with you.
And so that's where I think in people's anger, they're mad at the voters, but you got to say, what am I allowed to vote for and how am I doing it?
I get that.
They've got to change it or at least increase it. Instead of saying 3, maybe you put 5 on if you're going to bring in contributors and try to bring in coaches and assist, all that other stuff.
Yeah,
but it's always a process that has been political. It has always been a process where you say, I don't understand.
Highly
It just
political.
is. Paul Krause. Nobody's had more interceptions in the National Football League than Paul Krause.
We had like 81. Yeah,
81.
Yeah.
I remember interviewing Paul in Los Angeles, the LAX Marriott Airport, and I just said, what took you so long? Dude played on 4 Super Bowl teams with the Vikings, led the league in interceptions. It still stands today. I would think, just my dumb self, I would think that if you led the NFL in a major statistical category and nobody come close to it, you should be in. But that's how bad the process has been.
Yeah.
But when you say that, like, you think of Bill, he's number 1 in every category. So, like, that's why when you bring up that argument, people be like...
And player, coach, there's certain people in here who feel like, wait a minute now, how long are we going to keep making these players wait? An assumption happens at times. D. Ware got killed on this one year, where he was up, worthy of being up, had a lot of votes, but one particular voter said, I'm going to vote for Sam Mills because it's his last year here in the ballot. And after this, he gets kicked into the seniors, and who knows where he goes. So he put Sam Mills on his ballot, left D. Ware off. And his thought process was, D. Ware's going to get another crack. He's going to get in. And the next year he did. So D. Ware didn't get in at the LA Super Bowl. He had to wait the next year. So when I tell you that process and political things and how it happens, and this is me talking to people about how they do this. It is not fair. It will make you scratch your head. How Rodney Harrison is a finalist last year and he's not a finalist this year. It's pretty interesting. But Woody is. Yeah. So Woody and Rodney Harrison were right there battling it out last year. This year Rodney's not on it. Woody is on it.
And the numbers between the two, that like Rodney got better numbers, flat out.
And
flat out.
But the thing, once again, now you got new people coming on. Here's Drew Brees on the ballot. I mean, that's
Jason Witten coming through.
Okay, so as people come in, so you got more people in modern, and then some of those guys that don't get in, next thing you start falling off, like Everson Walls is falling off, and now he's in the seniors committee. So when you start thinking about, hey, look at what Everson's numbers are, especially talking about interceptions.
54, right?
So what's this?
So when you talk about that, and now you go put up contributors, and now you got to ask yourself, who are we voting for? We're going to vote for a player who's clearly deserving of it, or are we going to wait on putting these?
And that's my whole thing, not to cut you off. And we looking at Jerry Jones being 80-some years old. I understand. But the contributors are actually the people who should have a chance to wait a little bit longer.
They should make a separate process because we see what it is. They are
separate
worthy.
Hall. Something. I don't know.
It's not even a separate hall. It's just they've got to fix the vote. And unfortunately for Bill, this may be what it takes to change. Usually change comes because of such backlash. And the hall looks silly. Okay, they look silly when they didn't put him in. The TO thing looked petty, and things change. So this is normally what happens. All right, we got to take a break here. Let's dive into the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator, because the last time we left, we were debating on what they should do. We now know what they are doing. His name is Christian Parker. We'll dive into that next, and a possible new defensive backs coach with the Cowboys. Do that next on the Players Time right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboys Nation, Tom Gibson has been named your 2025 Dallas Cowboy Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, for his dedication to the team, spicing up the game. Vote for Tom to be named the ultimate NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
Thank you, DeMontre Moore, for NFL player in the house. Man, Church, former NFL player. Anthony Dorsett, I'm Newey Scruggs. Yes, sir, Mr. Church.
You know what? We talk a lot about bags and stuff around here sometimes, here and there, right? So, y'all remember last week, before the Snowmageddon, before, all that stuff happened here, it was about Thursday. Mavs were playing, who were the Mavs playing that game? It was, who was it? It was Thursday game, before all the snow game.
Talking about the Lakers?
No, it was the day before the Lakers game.
Nets?
No, it was Mavs versus, it was a good team, right?
Was it Pelicans?
No, it wasn't
Who was they
Pelicans.
playing, bro?
Golden State. Steph Curry and
right.
Golden State. So, I'm, at the crib with the kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching TV. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's up with it? Hold on. That brother looked familiar. So, I rewind the TV. I pause it right there. Lo and behold, sitting on the court, feet
On the wood.
feet touching the hardwood. Players falling into him. He's
Oh,
helping cats up.
Yeah.
He's out there, hyping the crowd
Drinking
up.
Cavassier.
Courtside. They deliver the drinks to you on
that's right.
it. Man,
Cavassier.
sitting courtside.
No drinks courtside.
Mingling with everybody, I'm like, who is this brother? And then I see the dreads coming down in the front, little dreads. And I'm like, hold on. Lo and behold, it's our favorite Aggie out there, courtside.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks versus the Golden State Warriors.
I forgot
I'm
about
just
that.
saying,
It
man.
was
I don't want to hear
that
nothing
did
about no
happen.
bags no more. Yeah, courtside, man. Courtside.
I've never experienced anything like that, man.
Just out there.
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
It felt great. It pays to know people. So, great experience. Me, wifey, and the family. Hey,
I like
know some good people that brought me out there. What do you say? Moutier might have stepped on my foot, but it's cool. Hey, pain comes with pleasure out there.
Boy, right on the three line. Just on the three line with it.
I told him I used to play back in the day, but I didn't want to.
See, it wasn't the Utah game. You got to go see the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry.
Got to see Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He started
Chef Curry.
splashing. Got to see Draymond spaz on one of the refs.
He was snapping that guy.
He got a tech, and to see that live up. I'm looking over. Wifey says she got the camera. I'm like, what are you doing? She said, I heard he likes to get rowdy. I was like, you don't know nothing about basketball, but you know about this. She said, well, I just got to make sure I'm safe right here. As soon as he get the foul, he looks at the ref. He says, review this again. Review it again. And some colorful stuff might have been said. And so it was an experience. I loved it.
Boy, it was out there.
Yeah, it was.
I
said
this
how AD. We've been on the show for about a year now. How many times have we said, hey, Mr. Newey, can what we got to call him our Omega here.
I got nothing for you, man.
Barry gets, he goes out with D Ware, the private golf course.
Me, man.
Didn't you just come back from the mountains with Sean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right, I won't name drop.
Focus is on you.
But I appreciate it.
We right here.
For me,
Courtside.
On you.
Courtside, baby.
It felt good to be in y'all's shoes, man. I just want. They say imitation is the best form of flattery. I just want to be like my other co-hosts.
Hey,
Courtside. I love it, man. I see y'all out there.
That's
my team.
That's the energy we need up in this room, though. Everybody.
It passes. Those two pounds. You next, baby.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, yeah. Big old
You
smile.
already been there.
Big old smile.
He be.
That brother right there. Yeah, that's
AD said I've been there. He said I'm only in the sweet life now. So for me, I'm just enjoying it.
The most I've ever done was sit second row baseline because other people left. And the ushers let me sit there.
What came on down? Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Hey,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I got that before.
I've done it a couple times.
I've sat courtside, but I felt real special one time when my cousin Lisa was in town doing the game. And she gave me some tickets. I'm like, whose tickets are these? She's like, oh, these are the commissioner's tickets.
Oh.
No, you sitting right on there. You might be on the scores table with that.
Right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Those amenities. Yeah.
I love it, man. I see my boy.
Them perks, man.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
Trying to had a nice little haircut.
Yeah, boy, look good.
I just was trying to get over to the scores table. If y'all need to read Mavericks, holler at your boy. I'll be there.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
We'll talk.
There it is.
Cowboys are at the Senior Bowl down in Mobile, Alabama, looking at players, and there are always some outstanding players at the Senior Bowl. Zach Martin, 1 year performed at the Senior Bowl, going head-to-head with Aaron Donald.
Yes, sir.
And who'd have thunk they'd have seen two amazing first ballot Hall of Famers going at it in a practice at the Senior Bowl. You can get good players at the Senior Bowl. I remember Joe Flacco was an unknown guy at the Senior Bowl, went out there, performed pretty well, won a Super Bowl. 1 year, Dak Prescott went down there, becomes the MVP of the Super Bowl. And the Senior Bowl.
Offensive line.
He was quick on that.
Hey, boy, he said, slow down there.
Hold on now.
He's speaking into the future.
Senior, yeah.
But you got an offensive lineman there, too.
But you can find players after the Cowboys are there now. Christian Parker is the new defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. When we were talking last, I think the whole table here, you three were all Jim Leonard.
Jim Lemon. I was.
I said Parker.
You did.
You did say Parker. I said, hey, I went
One
Jim.
guy.
No. I gave you an asterisk. I gave you my possible and my spade. I said, did I not hedge my bet and say we need to get a young guy in? But no, yes, you were the lone wolf that stood on the table. But I said if I had my pick, yes, I would want.
So Jim is out here interviewing for defensive coordinator jobs right now. But Christian Parker comes over from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did he call plays? He didn't call plays over there.
No.
Pass game coordinator.
He was a pass game. And this is my thing. When it comes to the Cowboys and bringing in, defensive coordinators, whatever the case may be, is he going to be a guy that's going to hold these players accountable? Are they, because as much as I love Eberflus, he was my guy when I was here. I thought he would come in here and do an amazing job, but it seemed like the players, I don't want to say had no respect for him, but it seemed like they just had little to no. It was just like, we don't want to play it that way. Why aren't we playing more man-to-man? Why, a lot of stuff going into the media when you didn't see that with guys like DQ when he was in here, Marinelli when they was in here. Like, guys respected the game plan, and they went out there, and it seemed like they were playing like they wanted to run through a brick wall for the defensive coordinator. And this past year, I didn't see that at all. They weren't playing as a unit. It seemed a lot of confusion out there. So for me, is this guy who hasn't called plays? This is his first, I assume, the coordinator position. Is he going to be the guy to hold these guys accountable? Are they going to respect him enough to go out there and run through a brick wall for him?
Have you checked the social media?
And that's what I was going to say. As far as when I was there with Rod Marinelli and Eberflus and these guys, the main thing that you respect when you said you're going to run through a brick wall for these guys is that they coached up these perennial Pro Bowlers, guys that you loved in your position. For me, Julius Pepper, and seeing those guys, it's like, whatever Marinelli says is going to be it's gold to our ears right now. And when you go into a guy like now, not to cut, I'm sorry, I cut you off, but like he said, have you not seen social media? There's been so many guys saying, man, y'all got a good one. Man, we hate for him to leave. Man, we doing this and doing that. And then I did my research and called around to some guys that have had the privilege of coaching on the staff with him throughout his tenure at Denver Broncos. You're under Sean Payton. You have that discipline. He commanded the locker room then. Then you go over there and he got white chocolate in the Pro Bowl. The guy is over there saying, hey, man, that is something that has not been heard of and that has been done by him, and not just him, just other players. So for the secondary to be the weakest part and everybody to complain about here, if I'm the young guy, Revel, I'm over here like, hey, thank you. Let me get a Pro Bowl, because if that guy can do it, I know I'm athletic enough to say I'm going to do this. And he's been a developer of men, is what all guys have been saying.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, he's seen what it takes to be the best too as well. He coached Surtain in Denver. All right, and just like you said, got white chocolate. White chocolate's playing corner. He moved that boy to the slot. All right, and then it's the other kid that they got in the secondary too in Philly.
Toledo guy.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell.
Hey, he an all-pro.
Bay.
Okay.
Guantanamo Bay is what we
all
call
right,
him.
So you got 3 young players like that. You got Defensive Player of the Year, and then you got these 2 young players being all-pros. You got and the first kid, the kid from Deshaun, what's his name? The white kid playing
Cooper
DeJean.
Yo, I mean, he comes in his rookie year.
Yeah, he balled.
And balled out. Yeah. So what I see in there is like, regardless if the skill of the guys that they're getting, his communication skills, his teaching, you know what I'm saying? Everything that's going into that, it has been like top tier.
Yeah.
Without question. And so just like you said, if I'm Revel, if I'm a young corner, if I'm Bland, I'm chomping at the bit to have a dude to come in here and actually had this much success and seeing those type of players too as well. And now I can look at me and look at them and say, okay, you're not far from that, or you could do this like him. Like, yeah, this is gonna be dope.
Whoa. I believe he can do it. I believe he can come in here and command the respect. That was a question I was asking, but this secondary is a far cry, talent-wise and production-wise, from what they got in Philly and what they had in Denver. Okay. That's a fair point. Like, Revel is coming back another year from his injury. He should be better out there. Bland, after that, season he had where he had all those picks, I mean, the play has dropped off. I mean, we're just calling it what it is. The play has dropped off. Safeties, the whole secondary have played absolutely. They didn't play good. All right, so what I'm saying is he's had a lot of talented players. Defensive Player of the Year, Surtain, first-round pick. Guantanamo Bay from Toledo, first-round pick. Cooper DeJean, second-round pick. Over here, I mean, you working with some maybes.
You got first round and second round pick. Everybody's a pick until they're developed.
Right.
So I don't think it's so much as one, like I said, I think it's more so important for the secondary, but I think it's going to be who's the supporting cast. And when everybody I talked to, they said, hey, don't worry about that secondary. You're going to see significant improvement from them. You got the strong foundation that we know with the 3-headed monster up front, but who is going to be the linebackers coach? Who's going to be the D-line coach that comes in? That's what's going to be interesting. But as far as the secondary, yes, you starting off with rebuilding, but what did he do as soon as he got in? He said, everything must go. He said, I'm getting you out of here. I'm getting the people that certain vets that I know that we're not going to even entertain this idea, get off the roster. The secondary coach, you're gone. This is my ship. And so I would be excited about that.
Do you think they have the talent in Dallas right now, or do you think they need to?
I think they have
to bring
enough.
in.
I think this is what it is. I think we saw a hurt Bland last year.
Okay.
I think we saw what a healthy Bland could do 2 years ago.
That's true.
All right. I think we saw a young Revel who hadn't played since college and was getting his bumps and bruises off of coming off an injury and still learning this NFL game
on the fly.
Thank you. All right. And so and you guys know, like I know, if you're serious about your trade and you really want to get better, that learning experience that he got firsthand last year, every game was a major learning experience for him. So as we look at it, we only see that, okay, Bland come back healthy. It's the upside to him. Revel come back a year stronger.
Better.
And you know how it is coming off an injury in that offseason when you say, hey, I can actually train and do what I need to do and not be worrying about a rehab like this. I can hit the ground running.
Let's hit a break here. some help is coming in here for the new defensive coordinator. We'll dive into that in our final segment of the Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboys Nation, Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, is exclusively in the Dallas Cowboys app. Join the official fan club today to receive access to the Cowboys Drops, where you can win game tickets, autographed items, an exclusive experience, and much more. Download the app now, right now, not yesterday, but now.
Thank you to Montre Moore, former Cowboy. Got Barry Church, former Cowboy. Anthony Dorsett is here, former NFL player, son of Hall of Fame Cowboy. Dorsett, I'm Dewey Scruggs. The Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Game.
Did Tony did he have to wait, or he was
First ballot.
First ballot.
First ballot.
First ballot, man.
Nice,
First ballot, man.
You know what I'm saying?
They should have a separate room. Like, you first ballot, you in this room.
Everybody know.
Oh, everybody, all right. Everybody know.
Like that's the flex when you get into the room. Like everybody like,
everybody know.
I got a gold jacket. I got a gold jacket.
Hey, but what's so cool?
First,
Let say how those busts talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? That is like one of the coolest visualizations that you could ever have. If like that room ever actually live, like the bus came to life at night and was in there.
I'm telling you, like
all the stories they would be able to say. Oh,
I need you to get me hooked up with somebody. Start a TV show. Like if we imagine like Futurama, like you know how they had the
heads that were talking.
So like imagine if we had a show like where you relive war stories and people talk about it from different generations, and you can play the visual representation, like so everybody gets their flowers, and on top of that, it gives you a comedic relief to the new age. What do you say? Your old school meets my new school. Like that'd be crazy.
That is one of the exhibits that lives up to the billing. When you go and
100%, yeah.
You walk in there and you see him, man. It's really cool.
Got the cleats from,
Bro.
I had 300 yards in this. He had these cleats. It's wild. That is dope.
Imagine Myles Garrett's cleats talking to straight hand cleats like, hey, I broke the record.
Myles Garrett, they just put an exhibit up there
They did?
with Myles Garrett. So
That's fine.
the room where the busts are is incredible, and then the room where you go and you see every Super Bowl championship ring.
That's fine.
And you just see, and they look like these little small things, and they raise a big old chunk down. It's crazy, man, of how cool it is. If you've never been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and you're a football fan,
and it's the destination now. They've actually changed it. When I used to go back in the day, and probably when you first went, you was just going to Canton, Ohio, and I got family in Canton. I am not taking a whole lot from Canton, but there ain't a whole lot to do there.
Hey, man.
That's facts, though.
It is. It wasn't much.
When you standing in line to get an Applebee's.
That's
right.
That's how you
Get
know.
there early to get your spot because it was not a lot to do. I mean, it was like a little building on the side of the freeway, man, that you went in there. Now it's changed.
Now they got the Hall of Fame Village and all this stuff.
That's
going
dope.
on.
It is. It was like, for me, it was Disneyland. To go up there the first time I ever went, man, I was like, man, for all the times I've been to these great amusement parks, the Pro Football Hall of Fame was next level. They've continued to make it better. So if you have not gone, go. The bus room was great, and I remember taking 3 pictures. It was Staubach, OJ, and Jim Brown.
My boy, the juice.
Why you laugh that hard, man? That's crazy.
Y'all know why I'm laughing.
Forget, man.
Y'all know why I'm
Juice
laughing.
is still there.
Hey.
Juice, man.
Juice is still there. And this was before. Well, I took the picture after, but I remember the first time. Then the next time, it's a different dude I saw. All right, the Arizona Cardinals, former DB coach Ryan Smith is expected to be hired by the Cowboys as a secondary coach. And so this comes from Joe Hoyt and Nick Harris, who covered the Cowboys.
Where was he at?
He was Arizona.
Okay.
So
Buddha.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
you got
there
some
you
guys
go.
over there.
Ryan Smith, to go along with your new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. So Aaron White-Cotton, last year's D-line coach, is gone. He's now with Tennessee, back with Robert Saleh, who's with the Jets. And they've already gotten rid of some more assistants from last year, which basically means this, and we've talked about it before here on the Players Lounge. A new defensive coordinator should be able to bring in his coaches so they can implement his system. And with all due respect, nothing against these guys personally, but last year's defense, nobody did enough to come back. Nobody really did enough to say, hey, bring me back.
You didn't think Whitecott did? I mean, he was the most respected. And like
at the expense. Okay, so you're the new coordinator. Is you going to come in and run the D line the way you want to run the D line?
Of course.
You should be able to bring in your guy. And to me, and we've said it before, if you want to help your defensive coordinator the way you helped out DQ, give him what he needs. Yeah. So he was able to bring in Aiden Dirty. DQ was able to bring in Joe Witt. Let these guys have their people. Yeah. And if you're going to do that, then you can have some success, in my opinion. Because now you're not having to coach the coaches. You're coaching with guys who have the same type of mentality you do. Be like, hey, man, all of a sudden you hook up with a couple of noobs. They're going to know some stuff that you already know. Like, okay, I ain't got to teach them. They already know. And so if he's got concepts of what he wants and he wants to implement his blueprint, it's going to be a help there, especially for a first-time coordinator.
Yeah. And I think with him coming in, it's a lot of tales to that story. Like, with him not bringing somebody back, if there was somebody that was deserving, we all know that Whitecott name was on the list. But what it tells me is that, yeah, he's coming in and he's bringing his coaches, but there's no loyalty to this. Because when you come in there, there's always one guy left over that, hey, you know the roster, you were here, I trust your opinion. Give us the assessment of these players, who can fit into my scheme and play it the way that I need to play it. And with him not keeping nobody here, it's like, hey, we're bringing in our guys. It's fresh eyes on everybody. So, like, everybody's on watch. Like, anybody is extendable on this roster position. And so that's what, if I'm a Cowboys fan, like, yes, he's a new coach and he's bringing in these new guys, but I'm excited because now you're finally seeing something that you haven't seen in years prior.
Didn't the Cowboys, they kept the special teams coach, though? They brought him back, right?
So far.
I think so.
So far.
So far.
Right,
I was about to say, anything could still happen.
We got to get out of here. By the way, as we look through last week's picks for the AFC Championship. And the NFC Championship game. Barry Church picked New England and Seattle.
Yeah, let's go, baby. 2-0.
AD picked New England and Seattle.
Oh, man.
I picked New England and Seattle.
Yeah,
Trey, you picked Denver and Seattle.
I had to try to be the lone wolf to try to get a dub, man. I knew it. I picked up my heart. But Denver, they could have done it.
Yeah.
Just,
Could have, didn't do it.
Could have.
So here we are.
But the main one's right.
I can't believe y'all incorporated the What we do? The sack records and all that.
We didn't do sack records. Stop reading.
Y'all said
we did college games.
So I think at this point in time, you're going to win this thing, right?
I told y'all last week y'all couldn't catch me.
Yeah,
Usain Bolt.
Put some little caveats on there.
So 80 was 87 and 62 last week. Going into this thing, Church, you were 83 and 66. I was 84 and 65. So basically, at this point in time, it's over. 80 has won this thing.
Come on, man.
Church, you
Drop the
Gotta give him the belt.
Church, you're on
Where's
the
the
podium.
belt?
Church, you're on the
I
podium.
did get on the podium.
You got a bronze medal here, Church. Good
Get on the podium, man.
Church. So
It's crazy. The mighty have fallen.
Trey.
I got dinner. It don't matter. Hey, what did you say? I ain't on the podium, but I won the jackpot during the year.
You ain't catching nothing, man.
I won the jackpot through the year. I don't need to be on the podium.
Your boy can't.
I'm up here with a mask and I'm collecting.
I was sitting at third place for a long time.
Man, we started putting in all types of bets, man.
America, you see what can happen. It don't matter.
Believe that,
The
man.
clock is right twice throughout the day.
Trust me with this vision of football that I got in America.
Next year, I'm not picking with my heart. I'm not picking with my heart.
Demontre Moore, thank you. Barry Church, thank you.
Appreciate that.
The Players Lounge, we're out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!